Hello folks, just to let you know, we also create strategic websites for clients worldwide. So if you or anyone you know needs a new or redesigned website, please visit us at creativethunder.co and get in touch. By doing so, you'll help us to continue to develop more videos like the one you're about to watch. Hello folks, it's Tuesday the 15th of December 2015 and this is the lovely view here in the French Alps this morning. You can see an airplane flying straight across there, flying parallel to that chemtrail, and there are just planes flying all over the place. And then we have the cumulative effect, which we see day in and day out, of the chalky white hazy mess in the valleys, the mountains scarcely visible at times, white on the horizon in 360 degrees, just combination of lines and completely diffused chemtrail crap everywhere. But just take a look at this. This is what we were seeing when we stepped out today. Airplanes flying all over the place. The sky an absolute mess. We watched a video last night. We don't know at this point how legitimate it is. It seemed to be at first glance, but it appeared to be a rather distraught woman contacting a scientist at NASA who admitted on the telephone in a recorded telephone call that NASA is being, very forthcoming with the public. They want to be very forthcoming with the public, but that astoundingly he actually admitted to the chemtrails and actually admitted to the fact that they are putting different compositions into the aerosol sprays, including lithium, and he specifically talked about lithium. So that's interesting, a very interesting development that NASA actually seems to be saying, at least in what he assumed was a private telephone conversation, admitting to the existence of chemtrails, the fact that they are actually in part responsible for them, and that they are spraying lithium amongst other agents. And I'm just going to walk over here and we can get this view from another angle, and I'll show you the sun so you can see just how completely whited out it is. Okay, first of all, we have that lovely little geometric configuration there. These chemtrails, including the two that I just showed you earlier, look how quickly they're dispersing. They're dispersing very, very fast. Very fast indeed. And as they always do, right where the sun is completely blocked out and just platinum white. So it's horrendous. And it's such a shame, folks. Again, we've been traveling for 3.5 years, living in 20 plus countries over those 3.5 years. And we've been in some of the most absolutely beautiful places in Europe, if not the world. And there's another heavy spray right there. Been living in some of the most beautiful places. And everywhere we go, the beauty, the experience of being in these places is just sort of ripped out of our experience. And it's quite heartbreaking, to say the least, to see the beauty of the mountains, the beautiful Austrian Alps, or the Swiss Alps, or the French Alps, or the beautiful mountains in Bulgaria or northern Greece, or the Greek islands, or Tuscany, and to see all these beautiful, beautiful places that I experienced back in 1989, 1990, traveling on my own, fresh out of university. And to see them now, it's just a great tragedy. such a great tragedy to see how whited out everything is, how seldom we see the sun, and when we do get the sun, and when we do get a blue sky, this is what passes as a blue sky day in 2015. You know, if we were to go and talk to people down in the village or whatever, you know, people just assume this is a sunny blue sky day. And it's really tragic and quite maddening and absurd that people think that this is a sunny blue sky day. Look at the filth. Look at the absolute filth above that valley. And that's what we see everywhere. I took some really good footage the other day while we're out in the car. The mountains are just scarcely visible. And look at the sky. It's just absurd. It's horrifying. It's satanic. It's Zionist. And it is yet one more ominous sign of the times of the Zionist New World Order. That is just turning our world upside down and inside out. Anyways, I just want to make a short video today, show you what we're looking at. Here's another plane curving off to the side. They're just non-stop, absolutely non-stop. They don't ever stop. Look at how white the sky is. When we first woke up, you know, it would have been just a blue sky, except for the constant laying down of chemtrails. And it's to the point where the atmosphere is so filled with the heavy metal nanoparticulates that everything is just white. We went for a hike up in the mountains yesterday, and we were astounded. Some mountains that were off in the distance, not very far at all. Honestly, we could hardly tell that they were actually mountains, and that there was actually a decent-sized town and settlement, you know, interspersed on the mountain. You could barely see it because everything was just whited out. Absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know if folk are actually consciously thinking this is normal. There's certainly a lot of people just rejecting out of hand, out of emotion, out of blind reaction that this is even happening before their very eyes. But that just is pretty much almost beyond belief for me to think that people are watching this and can see this happening overhead all day, virtually every day, and think that this is normal. And not only think it's normal, but take the side of the Zionist New World Order and try to make it seem like people who have noticed it, people who are not ignorant, people who are not blind to the truth of their own experience, to make them think as if they're crazy somehow, as if it's not the complete reverse, the complete inverse. And that's what the New World Order is all about fundamentally, is inverting this world, turning everything that was once good and pure and clean, and turning it to filth and degradation and depravity. Anyways, that's it for today, Tuesday the 15th of December, and I hope everyone is well as we head into the Christmas season, and until next time. Hello again, folks. It's still Tuesday the 15th of December 2015, and I just was walking down the stairway, looked out the window, and I saw the sky, and of course I moved again to document it. You can see yet another airplane flying through, leaving a thick chemtrail, but that's not the reason why I want to make this video. I want you to look at this sky. I'm refocusing it to make sure that you can see it as detailed as possible. Look at this sky, folks. This is so wholly and utterly unnatural. It's as if we had a white watercolor paint on a waxy surface. Look at this. It's going to get stranger as I continue to pan over here. As always with these situations, the sky is ever changing moment to moment, but the entire sky is filled with this very strange phenomenon. Very, very strange phenomenon. And the entire sky is filled with it. I'm going to now walk towards the front of the house so that you can see what's happening out here. And keep in mind the shots that I took just this morning. It was actually about 11:30, quarter till 12, when I took the earlier shots today of the valley. And I was showing you how much crap and white toxic nanoparticulates were in the air. Take a look at it now. Take a look at that. And now let's see what this sky looks like out front. Again, the clouds have this strange liquid look and feel to them. There's two planes flying. Two more planes flying straight through it. Look at this sky, folks. This is wholly, utterly unnatural. Interesting here is there's another plane at the same height as the other plane, same altitude. No chemtrail. Now let's look at that one, and you see the chemtrail. We'll pan over to that one. You can see that chemtrail. And that other airplane is flying just towards the branches of that tree. You can see it. No chemtrail, nothing behind it. This one we get the chemtrail. Here we get the chemtrail. So the whole thing about contrails is a bunch of bullshit, as is obvious to anyone who pays attention to the sky. And remember, this isn't just about what they're letting out of airplanes. Here's another one coming up to the left of the evergreen tree. This isn't just about what they are spraying out of their planes 24/7, 365 days a year. It also has much to do with the electromagnetic pulsing of the sky. And if you've seen those strange distorted clouds like we're seeing right now here, but also in some of my other videos and other shots and videos, and perhaps you've seen them in the sky yourself if you're paying attention. But clouds that are just rippled like waves, that's caused by the electromagnetic pulses that are being pulsed through the atmosphere, and thus at ground level as well all the time. Here's that other airplane coming across now. It's insane, folks. It's absolutely insane. And again, I don't know if you can see this. I'm sure you can see the terrible grunge that is visible in the valley. Don't think that that's just in the valley. This is what the atmosphere looks like everywhere. So long as you can get a view such that there's enough distance to see how much crap is in the air. Even though if I pan over, say, to these fields, it might look quite clear. At different times of the day when the sun is shining through it and reflecting off the particles, you can see that that grunge that we're looking at here in the valley is just as evident and just as present here or anywhere else in the world right now. The atmosphere is just filled with these highly toxic nanoparticulates spraying from, or being sprayed from the airplanes overhead. But just take a look at this sky. It's becoming more and more insane every day. The insane Zionists at the helm are absolutely psychopathic, and people, this is a key problem that we have here in trying to resist the New World Order, is that people who are not psychopaths have a virtually impossible time trying to get their head around the idea that there can be people who are actually truly evil, who want to bring evil about, who want to destroy all goodness for their sick pleasure, for their power trip. So you're not going to be able to come to an understanding of that through rational thinking, because presumably you're not a psychopath. Okay, there's another airplane flying there. Chemtrails, and this is the other at present. And I'm going to go back to the backyard, and I'm just going to pause the video and I'll edit it back in when I get there. Okay folks, one more shot of this crazy sky. This is from the back of the house. One more shot of that. And that's it for today. Until next time.